My story is this. See, when I was going into college, my senior year of high school, I said, you know what? I want to go to Purdue University. So that door opened. I said, all right, I'm going to have this application. I'm going to sing in the Glee Club and follow the Glee Club all around the world and sing. All I need to do is get in. And then I get a letter saying, guess what? Your tests aren't high enough. You're not smart enough. And in my view, Purdue shut the door on that opportunity. I said, what am I going to do? And then God led me somewhere called Indiana Wesleyan University. And again, there was this open door for me to go there. And this time, they let me in. They didn't think I was dumb. So they let me in, and I walked through that door because I believe God certainly was opening that door. And then when I was graduating, what do you think your senior year? For me, it was my 5th senior year because I had so many credits and double major that I had to do a victory lap in college. And so I did. And it was interesting because that year I was like, what am I going to do? I had many opportunities, many open doors that I believe God was opening. And my freshman year, I came to this church called Christ Wesleyan Church in Pennsylvania. I'd never really been to Pennsylvania before, so I was like, this is the middle of nowhere, but this church seems pretty cool. And befriended a guy named Aiden Davis. And after we sang on a Sunday morning, some of you might have been remembering this. This was 2000, way too long ago. 2003, I believe it was, the spring of 2003. And through Aiden, he got in the car and told Pastor Arley, who is the lead pastor here, retired 3 years ago, but was lead pastor here for 32 years. Aiden got in the car and said, hey, those guys are cool. Me and my brother, he's talking about, those guys are cool. If I go to Indiana Wesleyan University, I can be with them for at least next 3 years. And it was actually 4 years. And so I never really understood the open door, and really going back all the way when God shut the door to Purdue. And I thought, man, some doors shut harder than others. Some are easier to shut. But I heard a story when Pastor Arley was telling me. He said, listen, your freshman year, when we found out that the Indiana Wesleyan Chorale was coming to Christ Wesleyan, months before we prayed that there would be 2 guys that our son Aiden would think are cool so that he could go to Indiana Wesleyan because he was against Indiana Wesleyan. And then I thought that closed door of Purdue University was actually an answer to prayer by somebody who I've never met before. It's not because you're stupid. It's because God didn't want you to go there. And so he shut that door. And some doors are more obvious than others. But to me, that story just kind of defines my life. And probably yours too. That there's open doors, there's closed doors, but we need to trust God to walk through. And that's that last thing, is an open or closed door will require trust in God. And listen, it may be years before you get confirmation that this door was shut because of that reason back there. Because God had a plan and purpose for your life. And all you need to do is obey and trust in God.